I want to bring in NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, sometimes it's good to sort of take a breath and kind of explain this to our viewers. This has been out there. Investigators have had this. The lawyers have had this. Why are we seeing this now for the first time?
So a lot of this case has been under seal. Not a lot has been for public viewing. And in fact, even during this hearing, the defense made the argument that certain pieces of evidence that were going to be relevant during these hearings and going to be a part of the hearings should still be shielded from public view. And the reason being, the defense says if it gets out there and ultimately is suppressed by the judge, it could potentially taint a jury pool. You
saw the images, right? We had the foreign currency, the laptops, the masks, the Sharpie marker, all that stuff. We're seeing it here. Foreign currency, regular U.S. currency, a lot of cash there. These wallets. Anything surprise you about what you've seen here? Fake IDs?
Well, so I think one thing that I'm curious about is we know there's USB, there's all this electronic evidence, and we have not seen the results of that. And how does this loop back into this hearing? Well, remember, they're trying to suppress everything that was found in the backpack. If the defense is successful, Tom, it means that anything that came from a further investigation based on those leads would also be thrown out. So the consequences could go beyond just what's in the backpack, even though that's significant in itself. We've got the gun, we've got the manifesto, but there could be more to that. So this is really something that's going to be so consequential to this case.
Have you seen or heard anything to lead you to believe that they're going to toss some of this, or that this evidence won't be presented to the jurors?
So the defense has made a very good case. There are some issues with a potential warrantless search and questioning before Miranda rights were read for about 20 minutes. However, there are all these exceptions to the rules, especially when it comes to warrantless search, and one is inevitable discovery. We heard a little bit about this. If he had been arrested and the backpack had not been searched at McDonald's, it would have been inventoried back at the police station. It's sort of a fail-safe for prosecutors, and I think ultimately it's going to come into the case.
So you think jurors will see all this evidence?
I do.
Okay.
I think the jurors will see it.
Misty, so great to have you on. We appreciate it as always. Now to our other